Guardians. Oh man, I'm just so sad that we have to wait so long for this movie.
Yeah, but it will be better in the long term. When we
Yeah.
eventually get that movie, yeah, I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will be another Civil War type movie, like that will introduce a lot of new characters, like Civil War introduced Black Panther, Spiderman, it introduced Antman to the Avengers.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I think it's also
Like
going to be much
Guardians,
bolder because of
yeah,
it being later. Because it was supposed to be, like Mr. Otter said, it's supposed to be the first film of Phase 4, and now
yeah,
it's like
indeed,
three,
yeah,
4 years later.
indeed. What's the thing with Guardians of the Galaxy 3? It will be like one of the most important movies like the MCU will ever make, because it will have to end the story arc from the original Guardians,
Yeah.
but it also have to set up like the entire cosmic universe with new
Right.
characters like Nova,
Yep.
Moondragon, Beta Ray Bill, Phyla Vel, Quasar, all those characters.
Yep.
You don't need to have all those characters in the movie, but you will have to reference to them, or you will have to make them do cameos to set the cosmic universe up.
Yeah. It's going to be a heavy movie.
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
Our boy Roger Wardell has some things to say about this movie. What do you got, man? Give it to me. Bring me Nova. I'm ready. I'm ready too. I think because of how long apart this movie is, I think that a lot of their characters are going to be. I think it's hard to say. I think Chris Pratt might leave after that.
No, I think if there are any actors staying, I think Chris Pratt will be the one staying,
Really?
because he already said, yeah, he's like one of the actors who is saying all the time that he wants to stay as Star Lord.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think the two I think the two characters that are guaranteed to stay are Nebula and Star Lord, and maybe Groot. I think Groot
Yeah,
has also had.
I could see.
I think
I could see Gamora leaving. Um,
yeah, Gamora. But then the problem is, if Gamora leaves, why would Star Lord stay on?
yeah,
Like,
but it'd
because
be
at the end,
really
yeah,
easy. I think it'd be really easy, especially with the time that's passed. By the time this movie comes out, it would be really easy to say. Um, by the way, quick thought. Mr. Otter made a good point the other day. By the time a lot of these movies come out, they might actually, if they make all of these movies come out around the same time in the timeline, like 2023, by the time we
hmm
get to the end of this phase, if they all are made in 2023, we could be back up to current times with the movies,
yeah, indeed, yeah.
which would be crazy. That was something he said. That was
So
pretty interesting. But I think they could easily, with the time that's passed, say that now, especially because it's past Gamora, they could say like it could spend the whole movie with Star-Lord trying to get to Gamora, and then maybe he realizes that like this isn't the same person he fell in love with
yeah,
anymore.
oh yeah,
They're
I didn't
different
think about
people.
that. Yeah,
Maybe at the end of the day, he realizes he has to let her go, or maybe she does have like another redemption arc, but instead she like sacrifices herself for them, something like that.
yep.
Where it's like both of them kind of coming to terms. But I could
And
also
I
see Pratt not wanting to have to keep up his body, his Marvel body.
Yeah, but it's just because he's always saying that he wants to stay Star Lord for many many years to come. So yeah,
Yeah,
what I can I throw a crazy theory?
yeah,
You know the X-Men character Kitty Pryde.
faintly, faintly.
Yeah, so she was a Guardian character at one point in the comics. I think she's the leader of the Guardians now at this point. So what if you instead make her an X-Men, make her a Guardian of the Galaxy, and you have then Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde having a relationship like they have
Yeah,
in the comics?
yeah,
You know?
that'd be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd be totally fine
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
like I say, that movie will be so important. It
Yeah,
will have to set up everything for the cosmic universe, but then having to also end all those characters' arcs, and that will be difficult for the director who is doing it.
yeah.
So
I
yeah.
think also like I feel like personally, I could see Gamora being done, Nebula being done, and Drax being done. I think all three
Mm,
of those will be done after Guardians 3. And the reason is because
Nebula.
all of their, even if they want to keep playing them, all of their characters are tied into Thanos, and he's done.
Yeah, but Yeah, but Thor is staying on too, and he's tied to Thanos,
I don't think Thor was. I mean, his arc was in that movie was tied to Thanos, but like Thor's been
Yeah,
since the first movie, he hasn't been tied to Thanos. But those
yeah, but
characters are
James,
like the daughters of Thanos, and then Drax is like avenging
yeah,
his family dying.
I will. Drax is done definitely just because his daughter gets into the movie Moondragon. You know, I think I will agree with you with like Gamora, Drax, Rockets, maybe Groot, but I think Nebula will be staying on because James Gunn just like yesterday said that like the story of Nebula was just beginning in the MCU. He said
Okay,
that,
so I could
you
see
know.
Nebula.
So I think Nebula and Star Lord will stay on in the MCU, and the others are done. And I think maybe Groot if Bradley Cooper wants to keep voicing the
Yeah,
character.
I could see Rocket
What
staying too, even though
Bradley
Mr.
Cooper?
Otter seems to think Bradley Cooper will move
Why do I
on.
say what? Why do I say Bradley Cooper is Groot? I mean Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Um, Thor Star Eyes because Hemsworth is finally having fun with the character. Plus, he hasn't really had luck with other
Yeah,
roles.
that
Yeah.
indeed.
So I think Thor's sticking around. Obviously, I'm super excited about that. I actually think Rocket and Groot are gonna stick around. The only reason I would see because I mean all they have to do is do the voices, so it's a lot easier for them in time investments. Bradley Cooper can make a ton of movie off the film because they still want him around. I don't really necessarily see them leaving. I mean, they could wrap up if they just want to get done with Rocket's character to solidify, like just to kind of small down the amount of players. I could see them like retiring him as like he wants to have a peaceful
Yeah,
life. He has enough money
he will
now,
just have a peaceful life. Yeah, I know.
but I don't see
Yeah.
him leaving Groot. So like I feel like they're gonna live together if something happens. So I
There
don't.
was, yes, together with his love, like the Lila character that was coming, like
Yeah.
the other.
By the way, he already knows Lila
Yeah, yeah, I know.
because of the Guardians of the Galaxy Easter egg. They actually confer like in the first movie. So, but anyway, that's another thing.
Yeah, there was a Rocket and Groot show in the works at one point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think they're going to convert part of that into the Thor 4 and make that part of Thor 4's arcs.
Indeed.
But
Yeah.
yeah. All right, I don't really have too much more to say. I mean, I could go for hours, but I think it's a good point to wrap it. We've hit about 2 hours. So
I will keep my my Fantastic Four theory
Yeah.
for another time.
So yeah, the next time we'll do this is we'll do this in like a few weeks or something. We'll come back or at some point we'll do it. And we can go.
Oh, sorry, what did you say? You fell away.
Oh, I said we'll get back to this soon enough, and then we'll go into some X-Men, some Fantastic Four, some of the Avengers movies we want to see. Maybe we'll just do like what are the big movies we want to see, and we could just have we can each make a list of movies we want to see, and we'll go through it. That'd be fun.
Yep.